Hi, so today we are going to be talking about a famous gangster who was in America around 1930s to 1920s or and 1940s. His name is John Dillinger. John Dillinger was a gangster who was a bank robber, and he was among the first gangsters to be known in the United States of America. And because he was a gangster, he did so many things which it made people know him, and he became a celebrity. He was the first celebrity gangster, which people loved him so much. People loved him because of many reasons, and we are going to find out what were the reasons which made people love John Dillinger, and why also me I see this he was a good gangster. So John Dillinger was a gangster. He started as a normal person, but his behavior started being attracted to stealing in banks. There was one day which he was locked into a prison. Being locked into that prison, where the inmates who were in that prison taught John Dillinger on how to steal and how to do some mischievous things around how to get money also in banks, in different types of banks. They showed him how to go and steal in banks. So what John Dillinger, his first bank robbery, he did it at a bank in USA, where this guy just entered the bank. And one thing with John Dillinger, he was very friendly to people. That's and Unlike other bank robbers are so tough on people, and also they tell people, they almost even kill people. But John Dillinger wasn't that person who was so tough on people. He was a little bit lenient. He used to talk to people. He was friendly. When he comes to the bank to rob, he will talk to people and tell everybody to calm down. He needs the money. Just put the money in the bag. So when John Dillinger he comes to the bank and steals people, he will talk to people nicely. People put the money in the bag. Then he will just leave with his crew members. So one thing about John Dillinger which he didn't like, John Dillinger didn't like to shoot anybody. Other bank robbers will go and start shooting people and start killing people anyhowly how they want. But Dillinger was just a calm person. He knew to conduct himself. He was, even when something shady happens in a bank robbery, he didn't get any commotion or any feeling that of unease. He used to just keep everything under control. Many people in America used to say this person was he was a professional in what he was doing. Other bank robbers will come, and anything chaos, anyone does anything wrong, the hostages, they just shoot him. But John Dillinger didn't shoot anyone. So on his way, on leaving that day on that bank, on his way out, there was a police officer who started shooting them. So he also retaliated and also started shooting back because it was in self-defense. But the police officer didn't die. So John Dillinger managed to escape. So this was the first bank robbery which was in US which happened. So he did many other bank robberies like this, and he was able to escape. So he was also doing more bank robberies. There's another day what he did in that state which he was living. The police started looking for him. So when he was moving to another state, at least in USA, there was laws that if you can only be caught if you are in this state. But if you go to another state, you can't be caught. They didn't have one universal law. So John Dillinger had that advantage. He could still in this state, then go to another state just like that without anybody catching him. So when he went to that other state, he could evade law. He would evade law. So he used to evade laws like this. And when he goes to another state, he also steals over there. But one thing this John Dillinger did, he didn't want to kill anybody. John Dillinger, on killing anybody, he didn't want. Even there's a time where he was caught. When he was caught, he went to court. Then people were taking pictures of him, but he was friendly because he knew he's okay. And the way he used to talk to those policemen, they even right now they have videos of him and images of him on how he used to talk to those policemen. He used to just grab the policemen by their shoulder and just smile at them and talk freely. You will think that he's a normal person, but this person was a bank robber, most wanted bank robber in USA. But the way he used to socialize, even he became a socialite in the whole United States. People started to admire this man because he was charismatic and how he used to conduct himself. He has committed a crime, but he can afford to smile. Then his smile was so catching to people. So he was left after the court decided that he should be jailed. When he was jailed, he got away. He ran away from that jail. So when running away from that jail, it's when now they started looking for him seriously. So that's when other laws were implemented, like FBI. That time FBI wasn't there, and FBI was just a small. It wasn't being given so much priority, but John Dillinger was the first person which FBI. He's the one who made FBI become so popular and become known. The FBI. John Dillinger liked women. He liked women also. So FBI were looking for this man John Dillinger. So there was another time John Dillinger was meeting up with another bank robber called Babyface. But Babyface now he was a serial killer because Babyface going to any bank robbery, he used to kill people. He was very chaotic. He wasn't very calm. So killing people, he will do that freely. So they were meeting up. Now, what the police knew about this meeting, so they ambushed them. They were in the middle of the woods, but luckily, when they came to ambush them, so there was when they were leaving, I think when they were leaving is when the police came. So that light blinded them. So the police when they came to shoot at the door, they were inside the house when they had a commotion. The ones they were leaving were, I think they were his men. They were his men, the ones they were leaving. So when they had a commotion outside, some people shooting, so they got up to the house, but the police were very slow. They had ambushed them in the night very slowly. So this when John Dillinger and Babyface had the commotion outside, they started coming out and started shooting at the FBI's. They managed to run away, and some policemen were killed also. So this was gazetted in the newspaper, and it was a very shame for the FBI for just two people to evade. So whenever FBI tried to catch John Dillinger managed to evade them. Anytime they tried to catch him, he evaded anywhere. So this made the FBI angry, and being angry, so they were being humiliated because how could just a simple bank robber be able to evade you? So FBI at that time hadn't so many technology, and it wasn't so much advanced like nowadays where they can catch you in just few hours. They catch you, they have your fingerprints. So John Dillinger evaded the big FBI which you know today. He used to go when FBI are coming, he used to divert. So many times the FBI didn't catch him, and also he was still doing bank robberies. So this made also the population. He became an icon to the population. People were talking about John Dillinger, because this man, many victims which he had robbed from them, gave a different story of this man. They said this man was very nice to them. He didn't rob them in a bad way. So he was a famous figure who people loved so much. So there's another time where John Dillinger decided to go for a plastic surgery, so that because he had become very famous. So when the doctor who told him to do a plastic surgery, it was the first time performing plastic surgery. But the doctor didn't perform a nice plastic surgery on him. So there's basically nothing changed on his face. So he saw that the doctor had conned him on the plastic surgery. So he was hopeless, knowing that he can't change anything, then people will all eventually know him. And because he was a celeb, there's no particular part of the any state he will go that people won't recognize him. Even people will upload for him. They will they will just upload for him, buy him drinks because he was famous. And this also brought him down because it caught also the eyes of the police, which were looking for him. So they were looking for him in a very in roughly, because there's another time which he done a bank robbery. He killed a police officer, but he didn't kill wanting to kill. He killed because of just a self-defense, because the police officer started shooting at them. So he decided to retaliate and also shot one of the police officer. So the time when John Dillinger, maybe for like 5 7 years, he evaded the police. He managed to be on the run. He went from counties to counties, and even there was another time which he had a chase with the police. The police were chasing him. That time he had stolen. It was I think it was a Mercedes Benz V8. I think it was a V8 or a V12 engine. So this car, when he was racing, he passed every police officer. There was no police officer could even catch him because he had a very strong engine for a I think it was a V12 engine. So that engine, when it races, no other police car can catch them. You know, right now, police cars have nice engines. Then police cars didn't have nice engines because the government didn't fund, also they didn't invest in police cars. So he managed to evade every police car. Even they were not near to catch him, this John Dillinger. He usually used to evade. So later on in years which came, they were able to catch him because there was another day where there was a woman, they used a woman, and this woman was the friend to John Dillinger. This woman used to have a brothel where he used to have women who used to perform prostitutes, and they used to pay that woman. So John Dillinger and this woman used to know each other, and they were friends. So John Dillinger one day he decided to go to this woman's place and to have a place and just to rest. So what this woman did, the FBI knew where John Dillinger is, and they wanted somebody to disclose the exact location where he is. So they used this woman. This woman was a Mexican or a Latino. So they threatened this woman. We know of all your cases and all your or drug issues, and we know you're not from this country. So give us the exact location where this John Dillinger is, or we will deport you, and you know you're not supposed to be in this country. Because this woman was afraid for her life, and also she'll be deported, and also she has many charges on her. She decided to rat on John Dillinger. So when John Dillinger, she gave the exact location and where he is. So John Dillinger, when the John Dillinger was in a cinema, they were with that woman. So that woman was to give a sign to the police people that this is John Dillinger. So John Dillinger, they went to a cinema to watch a movie. So when they were watching a movie, after they finished a movie, when they were coming out, that woman gave a signal to the FBI's that this is the John Dillinger which they have been looking for. So when they saw it was John Dillinger, they decided to shoot John Dillinger, and that's when John Dillinger, unfortunately, he died over there on the spot. Although he died over there, it was a shock that women also came and dipped their clothes on his blood as a symbol of good luck, and also a symbol of he was an icon to them. Most of the bank robbers, people will stare at the body, not do anything, but people were so sad that John Dillinger had died. Women came with their dresses and wiped his blood so that the blood can remain on their dresses, so that they can go with it as a memory of John Dillinger. So that's how FBI managed to kill John Dillinger. And after they killed John Dillinger, FBI became it was allowed now to become the main Federal Bureau of Investigation. So now FBI was legally given money, and it was made something that it was made a priority in the country of United States. And people, it started many investigations. So John Dillinger died that day as an icon. Although he died, many people loved him because he wasn't bad and he was treated people very well, and one thing people remember of him was his smile. So that is the story of John Dillinger. Please subscribe and watch out for the next video.